What's up, Sheek Squad? Back in the building with another video. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you push that subscribe button. And I really mean it. I really need you to push that subscribe button. It is really serious. It's not going to cost you anything to subscribe to this channel. It's not going to harm you at all. Subscribing to this channel is just like watching this video. You know what I mean? Like watching this video and wanting to see what's going to happen is just like pushing the subscribe button. It's not going to hurt you. So just give me that quick subscribe right now. You know, go ahead and click it right now. Right now. Okay, come on, go ahead and click it. All right, so if you got it clicked, then let's get into this video. I'm gonna add in a clip of my niece because she do watch my videos from time to time, and if you want to go back and check out some of me and her videos that we did together, and she do watch my videos, and I told her in my next video that I was going to shout her out and let her know that I am thinking of her. So I'm going to add a little clip of her up here, and just so you can see her. And I just want Bree to know that I miss you and I love you, and I can't wait to see you, and hopefully we can get back together real soon so we can collab and do some videos and do some pranks. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. I just grew up with just me and my brother. Me and my brother are like 2 years apart, which really is not even like exactly 2 years. You know how like my brother, like when I was in 6th grade, my brother was in 8th grade. You know what I mean? And when I was in 10th grade, my brother was in 12th grade. So, you know, we grew up really close, and you know, in age and stuff like that. And like growing up, like my mom, she was like girly, don't get me wrong. Like she is definitely girly. Like she is more the type of person where she is more into she's not as into the makeup and all of this stuff. Like my mom, she know how to put an outfit together, honey. You know what I mean? That's more like my mom. She more of that type. Like I have to get on her because she like is really good at she is really good at like thrift shopping and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you like an embarrassing story. So like when we was young, right, it was like a thrift store in our town, and it was called the Nearly New Shop. And it was like a little, we live in a real small town, y'all. Like we don't live in a big city, we live in a small town. Like our town is like, if you think of like your biggest shopping area in your town, in your city, I'm sure our town is probably as big as that. Like we got the kind of town that you ride through and you like, oh my gosh, like it got like 1 post office, 2 gas stations, 1 library, 1 little grocery store that nobody go to because their meat always kind of smell funny, so we have to ride to the other town to go to like the Food Line, or ride out of the town to go to like a Walmart or something. So the Nearly New Shop was in town, and on Saturdays my mom used to be like,
y'all gonna get up and go, y'all wanna get up and go somewhere with me?
And you know, like when you a kid and on Saturdays when your mom say let's go somewhere, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Oh my gosh. But when you little and on Saturday and your mom would be like, okay, you know, we going somewhere, we going to the stores or whatever, you like, yes, like you do it because you already know like you gonna get something. You know what I mean? Whether it's like McDonald's, like maybe a video game, anything. It could be anything if you go out with your mom on a Saturday. You know you gonna get something. So we was always down for it. Like when she be like, okay, we going somewhere on Saturday, and she would like be like, we going somewhere, but she wouldn't tell us where, because she know that if she said we was going thrifting or the Nearly New Shop, she knew we was gonna be like, no mom, we not going. So she would just be like, okay, we going somewhere, whatever. So this Saturday we end up, here she go.
Let's not stop in this Nearly New Shop and see what we got.
Oh my gosh. And me, I was the type of person where wherever my mom go, I wanted to go. Like I'm still like that now in a way, but I'm older, but I'm still like really close with my mom. But when I was younger, like wherever she wanted to go, I wanted to go. But my brother, he was a little different because he was starting to get older and he was a boy. So it was like he ain't had time for the Saturday, you know, shopping. He didn't have time for it. But sometimes he would get willed in when he might wanted something. Like he might he might go and he just want McDonald's that day. So he would just take one for the team and just, you know what I mean, go on a Saturday just because he wanted that one McDonald's meal. So he would just have to take one for the team because he know that if I went by myself, I was gonna get something and I was gonna come back like, oh, I went here, I went there. So sometimes he didn't want me to have one up on him. So basically my brother sat in the car, so I go in with my mom. So just so happened on this Saturday, you know how like at thrift stores and stuff, like some days they have 50-cent day, some days they have fill up a bag day, some days they have half off shirts day, 25-cent shirts, you know, just they have different days at thrift stores if you know about thrifting and thrift stores. So this particular Saturday it was oh gosh, this particular Saturday it was fill up a bag day and my brother stayed in the car. So my mom went on ahead and me and her went in there and she starts going to town. You know, like she goes to town, honey. So she gets freaking everything, like everything in there that she see, whether it was for me, whether it was for my brother. If she seen something for my dad, like when my mom goes to the thrift store, if she sees some cute little boy clothes and she don't even know a little boy, she'll like,
maybe I'll find a little boy that can fit this, you know.
I'm not putting her out there like that because I don't want her to look at this and be like, oh gosh, she is putting me out there as a thrifting person. No, I'm just saying, like when she go thrifting, she thinks of everybody. So this Saturday that we had went, it was fill up a bag day. So she goes to town, she filling up all these little grocery bags. They give you like little grocery bags to fill up. So she going to town. And so she fill up so many that by the time she get to the little, you know, spot to pay for them, they said,
oh, you got a lot of bags. You got a big trash bag in the bag.
So they put all my mom's stuff in like this big trash bag. And just so happened, it was just like a big trash bag. And so mom wanted me to take this stuff out to the nearly new shop. Now remind you, we live in a small town. So the nearly new shop was right in the main street of our town. So like it's a Saturday. I'm like, gosh, if the kids see me from school, I see somebody I know, everybody gonna be like, oh, I seen Sheek at the nearly new shop with this taking out big bags and stuff. I don't want you to think that I think like if you go to the thrift store, something wrong with you. So don't take this the wrong way, but I just think this is so funny. I'm like embarrassed. But my mom, I don't know if she's embarrassed or whatever, but for some reason she like, she told my brother. She went to this car and she told my brother, she was like,
I got you some stuff too. Get out this car and come help me take these bags.
And she called him inside of the nearly new shop to take a big trash bag out to the car. So he take this big trash bag outside of the nearly new shop, and you should see him, like he was so embarrassed. And ever since then he was like, I don't care if I want to go to McDonald's, I don't care wherever I want to go. He was like, I'm never riding with y'all on a Saturday. And I think the same way that I think it's funny now, it was like even funnier to me then. So like I'm always the type of person that I don't care what the case is. If it's funny, I'm just gonna laugh. I apologize later for laughing, but I'll laugh. So you know me, I'm laughing now. So y'all already know I was laughing then. So I just laughed and I thought that was so funny. And ever since then, he never wanted to go nowhere with us for real like that. Like he really don't even like to go nowhere with us like that. Like mom straight scarred him as a child. We kind of like, you know, went through those phases of, you know, being embarrassed. Not because we had to go to a thrift store, but because not because we had to go to a thrift store, but because my mom really liked thrift shopping so much. And then to this day, she still do like thrift shopping. But sometimes now I have to get on her a little bit, and I have to be like, look, Mom, I say, look, Mom, you know, you need to calm it down just a little bit. You feel me? I say, look, Mom, you know, your closet is full. I be like, look, you ain't got no space. It's to a point where sometimes we have to like go and freaking go through her closet, and like we have to end up giving away stuff, like, because she done bought so much stuff, like, so we have to go back and be the ones to give again, you know what I mean? And sometimes we have to give away stuff. We don't always give away stuff that she got at the thrift store. Sometimes we give away stuff that sometimes we give away stuff that she actually you know, bought too from regular stores. But yeah, it's not, so that's like my story on thrift shopping and stuff like that. I hope it all come together and makes sense, you know, because that's just basically what goes down. So it's like I rarely go thrift store. But my mom, like I said, okay, so growing up, I was the only girl, just me and my brother. So a lot of times, believe it or not, I really wasn't a girly girl. Like, but don't get me wrong, I was always a girly girl. Like, I knew I was the girl of the family. Like, so I knew that I had to be the girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I had a brother, so I knew that I had to be the girl. So it was like, a lot of times growing up, I felt like I wanted to be like my brother or whatever. So it was sometimes where, you know, I would like do stuff like a boy. Like, I remember it was times where I would get my nose. I remember it was times where I would dress up like a boy. Like, at home though. At home, I would dress up like a boy, you know, because it was just like, I just wanted to be, you know, like my brother. And it was like, I never could like go anywhere that he went, and I never could like do the things that he did. Like, for instance, you know, he could like hang out with his friends and stuff, and like, if like his friends would come by, like the neighbors or something. Like, we didn't have many neighbors, don't get me wrong, but the neighbors was always like a little boy. It was a boy that stayed down the street, and you know, it was always boys if it was anybody. And you know, at that time I didn't really understand it, you know, because I just wanted to be with my brother, because like, that's who I grew up with. I wanted to like hang with him all the time and stuff. And like, I didn't understand that, you know, it was a reason why my mom and dad, like, I'm gonna use this comment. It was a reason why my mom and dad didn't want me hanging with my brother, because at that time it was like I was the only little girl. So I get it now that I'm older. Like, you know, you didn't want your little girl hanging out with all these boys playing basketball and, you know, playing baseball, and anything can happen, because at the end of the day I still was a little girl. But it was like, I didn't always want to be a little girl, because I just wanted to do what my brother did, you know. So I would act like a boy a lot. So like, I did girl stuff though. Like, I wanted all the girl stuff. That's how I started like doing like braiding hair and doing girly stuff, like, because I had so many different doll babies and stuff like that. So the doll babies that I had, I would be like their mom, you know. So I would always try to be the mom, like how I seen my mom, you know. So I would, you know, watch my kids. I would do their hair. You know, I would make them listen, and when I felt like they wasn't listening, I would like, you know, get on them and stuff like that. And it was just like little stuffed animals. Hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was helpful, you know what I mean? Not only did I know you enjoyed the conversation, but I hope it was helpful, and I hope you learned some things, because I learn things every day about everything. And make sure you push that subscribe button if you didn't, which I already told you in the beginning to push it, so it should already be pushed by now, right? So make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. and I will be back in the next video. You know I'm gonna be back. You know, I don't know what's coming, so y'all guys stay tuned, but I am coming back for the next video. So I will